Hi, I'm Wesley, and this is my channel, 22zines. I'm going to be starting a new video series called Zine Collector, where basically I'm just going to be showing off a bunch of zines in my collection, probably about weekly, a few at a time, and I'll just be showing them off in a few different categories. This first video is going to focus on the first category of art zines, which I just categorize as zines that are mostly art, sort of like illustrative art, very little, if any, text. Not going to include comics in this one because that's definitely going to have its own one. The first one I want to show off is called... Fuck, I should have had this handy. The first one that I want to show off is the Our Ways Always zine. It's a little glossy, so sorry about any light reflection. It is a just really beautiful art zine that is a collection of works from Indigenous, I believe it's all Canadian, Indigenous Canadian artists. There might be some others from British Columbia. I know it's sort of centered around the British Columbia area, but anyway, it was done as a fundraiser for the Unistoten camp. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that real shit. It was is an occupation of Indigenous land to prevent a pipeline from being created. I will link a bunch of stuff for informational videos in the comments. I'll be linking so much stuff in the comment, or whatever that's called, description. I think that's the word I wanted. But basically it's the Wet'suwet'en tribe that was occupying their land and trying to prevent a pipeline from being constructed, and this was done as a fundraiser for it. So this collection of works is really beautiful, and it has such open and honest, striking visual imagery of just what it expresses what it feels like for artists to exist and for Indigenous artists to exist. The description on the background, or on the back cover, I'll just do it as I flip through. The broad theme of Our Ways Always is to assert our presences through our art, that our ways have endured, existing for millennia before colonization began. Our ways are enduring. We are living them and defending them in this very moment, and our ways will endure, for they are fundamentally the ways of the respective lands and waters with which our communities exist with. I mean, holy shit, look at that. It's so amazing. It was really well printed, and I'm actually just really quick gonna find and show off my favorite image in this one. I just really love this. Ironically, probably the least illustration-like out of all of them. But anyway, it's a really beautiful zine. Unfortunately, it's out of print because it was a limited run production, sort of a one-off fundraiser. But I will go ahead and upload an image. Don't worry about it. I'm going to upload this image with the links to all of the creators' profiles down below, and of course I'll also include a link to the current fundraiser, or most current that I can find, fundraiser for the Unistoten anti-pipeline occupation project. But yes, it's really stunning, really beautifully done. The next art zine that I'm going to show off is called All Werewolves Must Go by Marie Engers. I fucking love werewolves. They're totally one of my animals. Whatever. We're all animals, right? This is a collection of werewolf designs and werewolf drawings that they did for Inktober in 2016, and I just am in love with these fucking punk werewolves. Oh my god. This just super intense, imagery, and it's so, I mean, fuck, oh my god. Of course I end up opening that one, showing it off. That's a blank page. But, you know, it's just it's a collection of werewolf designs, and it's so inspiring, and I'm so happy to have it. I look at this thing all the time. It's in my, you know, reference box, the box where I keep all the zines that I want to pull out constantly. And it's just so, it's so good. Unfortunately, this one's currently out of print, but there is a sequel that was done in 2017, I want to say, that Murray has in their shop right now. So I will, of course, link that one. Highly recommended. This next one is a pretty small one, but it is a goodie. It's called A Medieval Beastiary, and that's by Stefan Tate. Sorry if I'm pronouncing the first name wrong. And it's basically a bunch of illustrations that are inspired by the, you know, medieval designs of animals and sort of what they thought they looked like that you'd find sort of in medieval manuscripts, like whatever, you know what I'm saying. I'm holding it up to the freaking screen. But it's really good, and I have to show off my favorite one, because speaking of animals that are just my favorite animals, I love lions. I always have. Totally obsessed with them. And this is such a great design where it's so simple, you know, just like you'd expect. It captures a lot of the lines, I guess, and a lot of the energy and just the overall stylistic depictions without being 100% medievally stylized, if that makes sense. Anyway, it's just really good, really inspirational, little cute zine of artwork. A Medieval Beastiary. The next one I have is another little short zine called Beastial Tarot, which basically it's a few illustrations in a sort of tarot style. So, you know, you have the Two of Cups here and the Two of Cups here as rabbits, or perhaps that's the Three of Cups. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. This is by Tentacle Doom on Etsy, and it just has some really great depictions. I love the line weight that you have in this. I love just the little pattern and the little details that you get on the edges. It, you know, it's definitely one of those things where if this was a full-blown tarot deck, I would buy the fuck out of it. It is so cool. I will warn you for gore before I turn to that. And anyway, it's just really good. Again, it's a little short, but it's really cute, and I'm really happy to have it. I just want more. Make some longer art zines, people. I know they're hard. Trust me, I do. The next one I have is called Dungeons and Doggies. Very cute little zine. This is really old. Like, I guess it's not that old. It's from like 2016 or something, but that's, you know, right around the time when I was first starting to actually collect zines, by Molly Rose, or Friends with Fangs. And it's not strictly only an art zine because they have little descriptions and stuff above, but the art is definitely the main focus, so that counts, right? And, you know, it has their Dungeons and Dragons stats up there. I'm such a fake fan, I forgot what they're officially called. And just a bunch of really great little designs. But yeah, just really cute little zine. I feel like I probably should have checked before, but I doubt this is still in print. But, you know, of course the artist is still doing things, so you should definitely check them out. Okay, the next one is someone that you might be familiar with. She's a pretty popular zine-ster, I feel like. It's a copy of The Escapist Artist 33 by Jolie Ruin. And if you notice, I have a couple of Jolie Ruin collages back here that I love too. And this is an art issue that she put together. Just a warning, it is slightly sexual. That's kind of the point of it. And these are collages that she's done and just photocopied. And there are two things that I really love about this. Of course, I love the vibe of the art, and I love how Jolie puts the same raw energy into collage as into her zines. You know, I just think that's really good. Oh, here's a good page. And the other thing that I really like, and maybe this is tacky of me to say, but I really love that this is cheap. Like, it was $1.50, and one thing about art zines that is really tricky is that they are often really expensive, and I understand that because you want to print them on higher quality paper, or you know, a lot of artists do. A lot of artists want to do it in color, and fuck, color is super expensive. But there's something just really nice about being able to have just a crappy little art zine. Not that it's crappy, but you know, like the quality of the paper and whatever, the tactile quality is not super great, and you can just, you know, flip through it and look at these just really... Gotta skip that one because that's maybe a little too sexual for YouTube. But, you know, you get just these really great photocopied collages. It's like you'd see in the background of any other zine. Really love it. And, of course, The Escapist Artist in general is a really good zine series. It's mostly a per zine series, I'd say, and then there's a few art series. And, of course, Jolie does these other collages. So definitely check out Jolie. Pretty sure this one is still in print, in stock, whatever. So highly recommend. And the last one I want to show off is also slightly sexual in nature, just heads up. And it is completely beautiful. It's one of the first art zines I ever bought, I think, after Dungeons & Doggies. Anyway, it's really great. It's called Mutations by Corinne Halbert. And just the surreal art is so fucking cool. There's a whole bunch of satanic and sort of anti-religious themes, which I also really like. And it's basically just like a bunch of sexy monster ladies. I mean, this one, holy shit, these are so cool. Really bright color, really high quality. And there's actually like a good number of illustrations in here. Like, another thing about art zines is because they're so expensive sometimes, and not just expensive, but like, I feel like I should mention this, they are very labor intensive. You know, as someone who's done art and writing for their zines, holy shit, art takes so much longer, and it is such a huge pain in the ass to make it actually look good in print. So, not trashing on expensive art zines, I guess. But one thing that's nice about this is that it's more of a collection of Corinne's own works that, you know, that they already did on, I think it's mostly oil painting. I can't totally remember. But it means that there's, you know, a really decent number of illustrations in this, and so it feels like a really nice, substantial zine. And it, of course, is so cool. It's so stunning, and you get this surreal... Fuck it, I'm just gonna cut that part out because I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So I guess that's pretty much all of the art zines that I have in my collection right now. Not as many as I thought there would be. But anyway, I have a couple others that are sort of in more of a fanzine category, so I'll put them in there later. I will link links to everyone that I can find and everything that I can think of down in the description below, and I will see you next week to show off some more zines. Bye.